I'm here with Through Gamer Goggles, and we're at Adepticon 2016 with the guys from Steamforged, Matt and
Rich.
I was right, Rich. I was going to say Richard.
Close.
It does say Richard. See, I was right. And Steamforged Games, they're the masterminds behind a relatively new game called Guild Ball. Adepticon is the first con they've been at, and Guild Ball is a cross between rugby, soccer, well, rugby and soccer pretty much the same. Rugby and swords.
The way I like to tell people who've never heard of it, the opening scene from Gangs in New York, they're all lined up, they've all got their stripes on their jerseys, they've all got their weapons, they're ready to fight, except there's a ball in the middle of the field and they're going to play a game of football.
It's a good visual. Yeah. I haven't seen that movie yet, but...
Oh my god!
I didn't see that movie.
Gangs in New York, you kidding?
No, actually heard of it.
That's a central movie. Really? Martin Scorsese film? You need to put that on your list. It's top 10 movie.
Yeah.
Maybe not 10. Top 15.
First 20 minutes.
Once you see the first 20 minutes, you don't need to watch the rest. He gets the girl, they have, a big adventure or whatever, but the first 20 minutes is amazing.
Alright. Now, is that a US movie or is it UK?
It's US. It's a Scorsese movie.
Okay. Yeah, cool. I don't have TV, so...
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
I missed the ads, Like, I barely knew Star Wars was coming out.
Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars. Anyway, so, as he said, it's from Gangs of New York, and I got to play it yesterday. It's pretty interesting. There's 8 factions, correct?
Soon to be 9.
Soon to be 9. Rifles on the 16th phase.
16th phase. And they do, they've been in negotiations to get it into the US, so they're working on that for all of us. Their booth has been very busy, so I only know a little bit about the fish and the butchers, so I'm going to kind of just ask a few random questions and let them kind of go with this interview. So, where did the idea come from, actually?
So, the idea came from, Rich and I went to a convention over in the UK called SmogCon, which is ostensibly a War Machine convention. At the time we were playing a lot of War Machine, and we just went there to hang out with our friends, classic convention stuff. But also at the same time we were playing quite a lot of Blood Bowl on the PC. That just come out on Steam, and all of us have bought it, and we were playing a whole bunch of Blood Bowl, and having the usual fun, beating each other, taking points, just taking the mickey out of each other. And as a result of that, I dug out an old Dwarven Blood Bowl team that I had never painted, and was sitting there on my desk, and I'm like, I really want to paint this. So anyway, cut a long story short, we were sitting at SmogCon, we're just chewing the fat, having a few drinks, and I'm kind of just sitting there, my head off to one side, watching some guys play War Machine, thinking about my Dwarven Blood Bowl team sitting on my painting desk. And I turned around to Rich, and we'd already been talking about designing some games, and I went, we could definitely come up with a rule set where I can use my Dwarven Blood Bowl team on a War Machine table. He's like, what do you mean? Yeah, exactly that. So it's basically Blood Bowl on a War Machine table. That's the elevator pitch. And that was it. That was literally the very first kernel of an idea. And since then, the fact that it's a sports game played on a war gaming table rather than a board sets it apart. But things like Dreadball and Blood Bowl and all those kinds of things definitely had a part to play with that very first idea of just trying to get it across the people.
Well, and there's some other differences too. Like you mentioned, Dreadball. Dreadball uses hex grids. This actually uses inches for movement, which I kind of thought was unique in the sense that there's not most sports games kind of have some kind of grid system. Even if the grid's just like a football field drawn, you can still kind of see that gridiron effect.
We're the only sports game that has no grids.
Well, that's still supported. See, that's the other thing too. It's supported.
Right. Yes, it is. The thing I really want to share with you is very important to us is we're a company run by gamers, and I know lots of people say that, but we live and breathe it every single day. We play our own game, we play lots of other games as well. We're just fans of gaming, and we want to make Steamforged and the products that we make the kinds of games that we want to buy. We work hard for our money, and we want to make sure we're getting value for money. And by injecting a load of quality into our products, that's the way we can pay it back. So it's fully supported. We have full organised play. It's got a new campaign system coming out in a couple of weeks' time. We have a full pundit program, which is essentially our volunteer program for people to share the game in their game communities. So we pay back a lot to the guys who support us. So it's fully supported in a really deep way.
And now moving into the game a little bit, the base mechanics are all D6 driven.
Correct.
And some abilities on cards for the most part. It's not a game where you eliminate your opponents. But from the demo, I have one question.
Sure.
When you eliminate a player from the team,
Yeah.
or from the field, I should say, are they out of the game the rest of the game, or
In the demo they are.
In the demo they
Okay,
are.
in the demo.
However, in the main game,
they get benched?
we have an ability called Icy Sponge. So you have 2 levels on the cards, and you have kind of, if you leave them off for a turn, they come up with 1 level. If you leave them off for 2 turns, they come up with a second one. So they come up with less health, depending on how long you leave them.
Basically, the apothecary guild come in and they start rubbing the knee with a really cold sponge to kind of heal them back up, get back on the field.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Now, demo game has 3 models on the table.
Correct.
Full team is 6 models on the
6
table
models.
at the same time.
Correct.
And one of the guys I was talking with, that's interested in Guild Ball, they heard that you can have benched models as well, or is that just a misunderstanding?
Not within the game experience itself. So when you go to an organised play, you take a roster of 8 models, and you have to have a captain and a mascot, and then you have 6 other models. And essentially, when you sit down against your opponent, you then pick your team line-up for that match, but it's only ever 6 models for that match. So essentially, imagine the 2 are like a sideboard.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair. So they never actually see play.
Oh, they
if they're
won't see,
sideboard.
if they don't start in the starting lineup, they won't see play for that game. But the next round, let's say you're playing against Morticians and you've brought a player that you know is particularly strong in the way you want to play the game against Morticians, you will then sub them in and sub someone out just for that game. But once you've started the game, then those 2 they don't take a part in that game.
And there's fluff behind each story,
Yes.
or each clan. Oh, clan. Team,
Guild.
Guild, and
Clues in the
guild. Guild ball. Well, all day long yesterday I called it grid ball.
Oh, there you go. There's no grid. How can you do that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's dyslexia. I saw an R on their shirt. I don't know.
Hey, however you get there.
Yeah, and then all day today I had it right. I'm like, oh man, I feel so bad. That you've got a really huge turnout for your tournament. It's what, 32 players?
Doing good. I mean, America's really waking up, isn't it, tournament scene?
Yeah, it's been, we're seeing like in the UK we've got about 128 events happening now within 11 months, which is insane. And in the US is definitely following suit. So already now the product's now with the big distributors in the US, most retail stores in the US will now be able to get this. It's starting to see 16s to 32 events pop up all the time. So we're just going to see that growth throughout the year.
I mean, what we're finding is and it's been carefully designed. We position this game as a second game. Now, pretty much every miniature war gamer has 6 slots left in their bag, and we all know what it's like to have a primary game. All right, so it's nice to have 6 slots. You can stick 6 models in there. It's the kind of game that's been designed that once you know how to play it, you really don't need to refer to the rulebook that often. A lot of the information that you need is just on the cards. So you can finish your whatever, sit down, have a great game of Guild Ball. Because we want to make it a rewarding experience, we've plunged a load of depth into it. And so what we are finding is people pick it up as a second game, they play it, they love it, they enjoy it, and then they fall in love with the depth and the combos and the way that the play just challenges you as a gamer. And we're seeing a lot of people flip over to making it their primary focus for however long. But the minute one guy does it in a gaming store, then there's another guy, then there's 4, then there's 8, then there's 16. The next thing you know, pretty much everyone's playing the game. There just seems to be something that's really addictive to people. They just love playing it.
Well, I think part of it is some of the familiarity you have with War Machine, with the ease of reading the cards, D6 game. Everybody's got 6-sided dice.
There you go.
That makes it, and it's really kind of a small buy-in when you consider it.
Yes.
And I'm sure that helps. So you've got another clan or guild coming out. How many guilds do you currently have in the works?
So
New guilds.
In the works.
In the works a lot. Like we're planning for season 3 to have 2 guilds, but our list of guilds is massive. We get suggestions all the time. We've got a lot of internal ones, so we've got probably like a 4 or 5 page document of guild names now.
I mean, I've got 12 at the second stage. So the first stage is just a rough idea of what a guild could be. The next stage is to start a high-level treatment of what the gameplay style is, because it's very important to us to maintain a polarized design space for each of the guilds. Each guild needs to feel like that guild and really not feel too much like another guild, because that way you don't end up with that kind of horrible munchiness where it really doesn't matter what faction you play and you'll just tend to play its more game styles. So every guild has to have a clear and distinct gameplay style, and once you get that second stage, then we'll start to shortlist down to the ones we actually put into full development cycle.
So if I heard that right, that means there's potentially within like the next year and a half, 21 possible guilds.
No.
Okay.
No. Get to the second stage is a good thing, but to get to full development. So full development of a guild. I mean, let's say we wanted to put out 3 or 4 guilds, that would be at least a year, if not a year and a half's worth of work for us to.
So it's not going to just like be dropped on the market.
Correct.
Boom.
Yeah. What's important to us, Rich will tell you more about this because he's much more focused on this side of things. So I'll do my high level bit and then hand over to him. But the thing I'm fiercely proud of is our game has a wonderful balance to it. There is no OP faction, there's no UP faction. We have a delta of no more than 7% between the most winningest team and the most losingest team. And what that means is, and the more you play it, you'll discover this, Guild Ball is a game of player skill. It's not a game of finding the right list and just grinding that over and over. You can't net deck this game. You have to be good at the game. And I'm sorry if that upsets some people, but tough, right? If you're good at the game, you deserve to win. If you're not good at the game, get better, or just learn it, right? Because the models are great and it is actually fun even when you get your ass kicked. If I can swear on your channel, but in England that's okay. I say that to my mum.
I'll have to get rid of the F word for YouTube.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, I'll avoid that one. But yeah, I mean, Rich is a far more competitive player, far more able player than I am. Yeah, gaming, so I regularly lose to him, but the game is fun regardless. You know, I've been 12-0'd and I've had the best blast in the world, and I think that's the thing that I want to take away from this is it's a fun game. It's a competitive game, but if you just want to play casual, it's just fun playing it. So.
Yeah, I was sold after the demo. I like it.
Well, we do warn. I like to warn people that the demo it comes with a $100 price tag.
They didn't warn me of that.
No, you see, I'm an honest guy.
They didn't warn me of that. So it's your idea for the competitive scene?
A lot of the ideas, like me and Matt come from different elements, but together we make a really good team of both easy to pick up and then to have the depth that's on the side. So my background is in tournament play. The internal playtests I've built, I'm some of the strongest in the world. Like, so we have world championships at War Machine, Manifold, and Blood Bowl. So the mix we have has allowed us to create a really strong test. So the characters me and Matt design, and you know, we like to not just do things in isolation. So I'll design a character card, and Matt will say, right, it needs this fluff injection or flavour injection. I'll look at the rules, I'll be right. So if we go to a put it on happy, we'll then see down from the play testers. They'll test the cards, come back to us, and we'll sign off together. So there's a lot of crossover between both of us.
That's cool. When you run your tournaments, what like scoring system do you use?
So we use it's a 12 VP game. So you have 4 VPs for a goal and 2 for a kill. So you can mix and match those. The game runs on chess clocks, so we have a 45-minute timer on each person, and that goes all the way down to 0. Once it is 0, we have stop clocks after that. So it's not
So we have like it's a concept. It's like extra time.
Yeah.
So once death clock hits 0, it's not game over. You haven't lost. You just got into extra time. But this is amazing when you see it happen. Is the pressure then is on. You have 1 minute for your activation, and at the end of that activation, your opponent gains a VP. So the clock is ticking on you. All right. And you see people sweating, and we've actually seen guys who are on the clock. They are stopwatching down. They just have to score that last goal, and they just about pull it out in their last activation. And then one guy, I'll never forget him. Like he sat back. He is sweat dripping down him. He's out of breath, and he's like, "That's it. I'm wiped." Dude, you've got another round to play, yeah?
It was at the UK Masters, our first big UK Masters tournament, and I remember these.
Oh, he's exhausted.
He's exhausted.
Because they get
Many games can do that, man.
But it's because the way that Guild Ball works is that because it's single model activation and then your alternate activation, you're always engaged in the game. And because the game state is so, you can manipulate the game state during your activation quite extensively in a way. You can move your model, you can move the ball, and if you consider that the ball, from a game design perspective, is essentially a mobile objective that you're trying to get to a certain spot on the field. If you can move the ball, you can move your player, and you can move other players, that game state creates this fluid flow of a game that you have to just keep your eyes focused on. So you're engaged even when your opponent is making his move. And then the minute the clock clicks over, especially on death clock, you're into game time. You've got to then do what you're planning to do. And one of the great things is when you start the turn, you did it in the demo, you plan all your influence out. I guarantee you, even with the 3-model demo that you're doing, what you thought you were going to do at the beginning of the turn is very different from what you ended up doing at the end of the turn. You ended up seeing the game flowing around and you have to react to what's happening. Yeah,
a little bit.
It's far more prevalent in the 6-model game, but even in the 3v3, there's that kind of constant flow of the game.
Yeah, I had Butcher, so I was just like, I'm going to kill that guy.
Well, Butcher's like, they're my kind of favourite faction. They're dear to my heart. They're simplistic in life.
I'm like, yeah, I lost because I didn't kill him. So, maybe I made the wrong
You got to
move.
finish the job.
Yeah, he didn't get to do it. The other guy managed to dodge and score a goal. That happens.
Yeah.
But it was a good demo.
That's cool.
But now, is it like Swiss pairings or so it's always best facing best in roughly rounds?
Correct. So it'll go on until there's a clear winner. So once the clear winner's locked, that's what the top ends.
Oh yeah. Okay. So there's no need for a tiebreaker.
No tiebreak.
No.
It's excellent.
It's very clean. Very clear. Yeah.
Anything you guys want to add?
It's Season 2, keep an eye out at the 16th of April is our UK launch of it. The world one launches a week later. It's the Season 2 rulebook, it has a whole new campaign system.
Well, I think the campaign's the one thing I think it's worth sharing a little bit more with you. We've played in an awful lot of campaign systems for an awful lot of games, and there's many times where campaigns that I've seen start have never quite finished the full course, and it's generally because the delta between the top and the bottom of the players just gets greater and greater until at some point the guy at the bottom really doesn't want to play the game. So we've seen that and addressed that with our campaign system. We've built a system that really maintains the sanctity of the game itself, but creates this kind of wrapper around it where you act as a guild leader and you're doing secret deals with other guild leaders, you're swapping players, you're buying sponsorships, you're getting special equipment, you're sabotaging people, and then you actually get to play the game. And the beauty of it is that the game is, the campaign is compelling. It becomes more compelling every game in. So we see no drops whatsoever. People are just playing it through to the end. And right at the end, you get a guy who wins the league, is the league champion. Then there's a couple of other titles that you can win, which is generally who is the most sneakiest and who's the one who does the most favours for people. So there's many ways of winning it, but it's one of the most engaging campaigns I've ever played.
So now, is there anything else?
No, that's it.
They're tired too. Their booth is just booming. I mean, it took 3 days to get into it.
It's pretty busy.
Yeah, it's pretty busy.
It's been like that for 11 months.
Yeah.
Honestly, so we launched the retail at Salute in London, and what we've done in terms of business over the last 3 days, like the volume of people, imagine that squished into a store like a third of the size, because that's as big of a store as we could afford at the time, and we had that crush of people going in from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, and it's not stopped since. Like the demand for Guildhall is just way exceeding all of our hopes and dreams. We're sitting on top of a fire rocket, firing off into space and having the best time in the world. And
Awesome.
the greatest thing about it is when people come up and you can tell in their eyes that they're sincere. And they look at you and they just like, I can't thank you enough for it's just a fun game. It's just a great game.
And it is fun. It is.
Yeah.
So, what are your next stops in the States?
So our next show is Origins.
Yeah, I'm back for Origins.
So we're back for Origins, and then
It's my backyard.
Oh, cool.
Right.
All right. Yeah, we'll hang out.
Gen Con is the next one for that.
That's almost my backyard.
Almost. nice. And I think I'm coming back for a couple of key engagements with some of our distributors. There's some open days, so I'm going to come back.
Oh, maybe I'll see you in the lines.
Yeah, I think PhD and maybe ACD. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys in Origins, I mean, that really is my backyard.
That's cool.
2-hour drive.
Yeah, yeah. We've been put forward for an award as well.
Forward for the Steamforged Games.
Oh, nice.
We shall
Very
see what
nice.
happens. We shall see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's all new to us. We don't know.
Origins War's pretty cool.
Okay, that's cool. No, we're excited by
The
it.
show's bigger than this, just so you know.
Right, yeah, no, yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that after. Anyway, thanks guys. It's
You're
been a good
welcome.
time.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And see you guys at Origins.